Right now, today, the federal government has tens of billions of dollars that they need to spend before September 30th. Not should spend, not plan to spend, we must spend these funds. It doesn't roll over to next year's budget. If we don't get a second chance at spending it, we lose it if we don't use it. And I'm gonna show you how you can position yourself to be in a position to win some of these funds. We have 82 days. Let's get into it. I'm a federal contracting officer with over 10 years of experience. That's over a decade of soliciting, evaluating, and awarding federal contracts. And we've just moved into the fourth quarter of the year. This is when we spend nearly 80% of our funds. And I'm going to show you how to position yourself so you can be a part of these contract awards. Now, the federal government, we don't spend money like your typical commercial business. We have laws, we have rules, we have regulations that we must adhere to. And one of those laws is fiscal law, which means we have to spend our money by a certain expiration date or we lose those funds. Let me put it in perspective for you. Think of it like a gift card. Your parents gives you a gift card with $1,000 on it. And they tell you, with this gift card, you only use it for groceries. And if you don't use those funds, that $1,000, you lose those funds and they take those back. So we have appropriated funds that we receive each year. Those funds have an expiration date. Most of those funds expire on September 30th. So if we don't spend those funds, it goes back to Treasury. We lose those funds. And that's why we're in a fourth quarter sprint every year. But in 2026, things are just completely different. I know what you're thinking. Cord, every year you have an end of year. What's so special about FY26? I'll tell you. Fiscal year 26 started off with the longest furlough in history. This is the longest government shutdown at 43 days to kick off the fiscal year. And then from there, we went directly into a continuing resolution, which extended to February of 2026, which means during this 5-month window, we're behind in spending. We're not spending on any new acquisitions, any new requirements. So where does that leave us today? To date, we're behind in the Department of War by $87 billion. So we still have to spend this money. We just have a shorter window to spend it at this point. Hence, fourth quarter sprint. Now we're looking to spend all these funds right now. And you can be the beneficiary of this. You can get yourself together and win some of these government contracts because we're spending like crazy right now. I'm going to tell you how to set yourself up. So let me walk you through a typical year at a federal contracting office. So what does the first quarter look like? October to December. This is our first quarter of the fiscal year. We typically don't have funds yet, so what we're doing is we're cleaning up our files from the last fourth quarter sprint. We're taking some time off for ourselves because we had a hectic end of year, and now we're preparing for our new year. We're putting contract mods in place, we're making adjustments, and we're exercising options with the limited funds that we have. And then we move into second quarter, January through March. By this time, we have a continuing resolution or a budget in place. So now we're ready to execute on new requirements. With these new requirements, we're working with our clients, our mission partners, to understand what they need in order to get them through the year. We're working on options, we're getting things right in our files, and we're making sure that we're postured ourselves for the rest of the year. Then we move into third quarter. This is April through June. During this time, we're speaking with our mission partners and letting them know we need all of your requirements coming to us so we have the appropriate acquisition time to fulfill out this acquisition strategy. We're going to make sure that we are locked in with them. We're going to make sure that we're doing what we need to do necessary so we can put out fair competition to get these requirements out and make these contract awards. And then we get into our fourth quarter, July to the end of September. During this time, it's a sprint. We're getting the last of our funds. We're getting all of our requirements together. We're exercising remaining options. We're doing everything that we can do to get these funds spent, because if we don't use it, we lose it. It goes back to Treasury. We lose those opportunities at those funds and they're gone. And if we show this repeatedly where we're not spending the government's funds, then we lose those funds for next fiscal year. So if they see us spend, they give us $1,000, we only spend $800 this year, we only spend $800 next year, then what they're gonna think is they don't need $1,000. we're just going to give them 800 from now on. That's why it's a sprint for us to spend our budget or we lose those funds. So how do you position yourself to win some of these government contracts during the busiest time of the year? You first understand the government's need. And one of those needs are small business set-asides. Small business set-aside. So you find this in SBA.gov/scorecard. What this does is tell you the social economic status of government contracts for any agency that you look to support. So if they're lacking in their women-owned small business goals, you can slide in as a women-owned small business. You simply provide your capability statement, say, hey, industry partner, or hey, government partner, I see that you're behind in your women-owned small business goals. Here's my capability statement. Here are the things I can provide to you. And I guarantee they'll be reaching out to you because we are mandated by Congress to award a certain number and a certain percentage of contracts to small businesses in each social economic class. The next thing you're gonna do is update everything. Your SAM.gov registration lasts for 1 year. You don't want it to expire during the fourth quarter because we cannot award a federal government contract to you with an expired SAM registration. So that's on you. Make sure it's updated. The next thing I want you to do is go to SAM.gov and look at RFIs and sources sought daily because we're putting these out left and right. If you can respond to those, they're gonna know that you're a capable source. And that could lead you to a contract award. You wanna respond to these, you wanna respond first, you wanna respond fast, you wanna be on top of it. Another thing you wanna do is be prepared to propose fast. We have short timelines. We're looking to make awards very quickly. So a solicitation may only be open for 5-7 days. So you get that information, you read it, you digest it, and you be ready to propose. Another thing you want to do is be on the lookout for small purchases under the Micropurchase Threshold. That's things under $10,000 because we have mission partners ready to swipe their government purchase card for small actions. These are small wins for you. It may not be a lot of money, but if you win a lot of those over and over and over, it adds up. And the last thing is to be reachable. If the government reaches out to you, we're ready to take action. If we get your voicemail, we're simply gonna go to the next contractor. So always be available and be reachable. If not, you may lose an opportunity. Most contractors think that the fourth quarter is for new awards, and they're not entirely wrong, but there's opportunities for you if you have a current award. Let me show you how. So let's say you're a window cleaner. You clean windows and this is the basis of your contract. You can talk to your PM and say, hey, I noticed that a lot of light comes in this office building or this office or this side of the building. Are you guys interested in me tinting the window? This is something that's going to cause a change order and a modification, potentially giving you more money into your contract. These are things that you could do in order to win more funds from the government during the fourth quarter. Because our job as a contracting officer is to execute the funds so that we don't lose those funds. I'll finish how I began. There's currently tens of billions of dollars with less than 82 days to obligate those funds. If you listen and adhere to the things that I mentioned in today's video, you're guaranteed to win a government contract. There's plenty of funds out there, there's plenty of opportunities, and only one government contract could change your life forever. Good luck.